What up, everybody? You are now tuned into my podcast, Difficult People Chronicles. I am Seriously Focused Johnnie, SF Johnnie. Today's episode is called Sneaky People Are Snakes. Before I get into the episode, I wanted to thank everybody for tuning into my podcast. Thank everyone for supporting me. It means a lot to me. Even the emails and everything. I just want to thank you. And I want to thank everybody for being patient with me. I know I did an episode on effective communication, but my situation going on is a spiritual warfare because, there's times my mic is acting up or something is going on and it's just crazy. And then when I pass certain things on to somebody else to go edit my podcast, it's like they having the issue. But you know what? I have the warrior spirit. So I'm just like, thank y'all for being there for me. I really appreciate it. Even if I can help anybody to bring them closer to peace, closer to God, I truly appreciate that. It means a lot. So now let's get into this episode. This episode is Sneaky People Are Snakes. How I came up with this episode is because this week I ran into someone who I separated myself from them. Once I became authentic, my authentic self, and I'll go more into that in a whole nother podcast. A number of things happen. You don't tolerate the things you used to tolerate. Some people don't understand what it means to be at peace. They don't understand that, especially if their life is full of chaos. They don't understand that. Once you become your authentic self, it's like your surroundings change. Things change. You no longer want to go to certain places you used to go to. You no longer want to be around some people that talk about the same nonsense year after year after year, month after month, and never want to do nothing about it. But just want everybody to just hear the same story and they want to ask the same questions. Like why he do this or why she do that. You have some people that you just being around them just irks your nerve. When you change, a lot of things happen. Some people are not going to accept the new you, And when I was around this person, I thought she was the sweetest person in the world. It was like she was cool, down to earth. We go places, we hang, everything was good. And then someone was like, she's crazy. And I was like, what? Nah, she's cool. But then I just put it in the back of my head because I'm one of those people, I got to see things for myself. So I put it in the back of my head. Then I started to really pay attention to her. Like when she tells me stories. For example, if her and another person used to be friends, and now they are, let's say, enemies, or they just don't speak to each other. She would create a whole story about the person slept with her boyfriend and she caught them in bed together and she went off, and then she'll just break down crying. So one day, now this is the real part. One day she came to my house about a situation that happened and she broke down crying. And I was just like, what? And I felt really bad for her. I was just like, wow, she's so nice. She did. But still in the back of my head, I remember what somebody said about her. And I never said anything to her. And then she said, I'm going to go to the girl, some girl, whoever this other person was. She said, I'm going to go to the girl house and I'm going to have a conversation with her and I'm going to curse her out and all this other stuff. And I remember what somebody said to me. And I said, I have to go to work. Because I was just like, I don't have time to be driving over nobody's house because you all stuck in your feelings about some chick that did whoever, and then you want to go to her house and curse her out in front of her family. Like that's really going to do something? Wasting gas. You really think I'm going to drive you over there and then I got to wait for you? Plus I got to go to work. And if I be late, I'm going to get in trouble? I'm not doing all that. And those are the things that people don't do. They will co-sign and drive over there. Things happen and everything goes left. Nuh-uh. I said, I have to go to work. She cried. She left. I went to work. I would say, The next week, it was another episode. And then I just said, this chick is insane. Like, every time you turn around, she crying over somebody doing something to her, or something or this, or. And then I realized that she had this delusional storytelling ability. And the reason why I say that, and I want to talk about that in another podcast, is because when God changes you, meaning me, there's going to be some things that God is going to show you, because he is a miracle worker. I remember she was telling me about a story about something that happened to her. Here we go again with her drama. And I'm sitting on the couch listening, and I felt like it was a movie. Like, she told me the full entire story, and then I would say 20 minutes later, she tells me the truth. She would say something like, you know, my car got stolen. This guy set it on fire because he was jealous. And then 20 minutes later, it was like, you know, my car got repoed. And my boyfriend said he is not giving me the money or anything for a car. And I have no car. I don't have no way to get home, no way to go to work. And so it was just like, I was sitting there and I said, does she have a mental issue? This chick is crazy. I felt a little nervous because at the time I didn't understand. I know God. I have a relationship with God, but I didn't understand how powerful to that extent he is. And when I started to see him pull covers on people, especially her, and I started to see the lies she told, and I would see the things she would do to other people and the craziness. Like, I would catch her in the act of stealing from somebody in her family, like at a function, and I would see her literally with my own eyes stealing, like going in the person's pocketbook, and then I'm just like, what are you doing? You know, and she would sit there and act like she was invisible, like, oh, it wasn't me, what are you talking about? Like, and then I'm like, nothing's wrong with my eyes, like, what is wrong with you? So I started to separate myself from her, you know, because I was just like, I'm trying to be a new me, like new surroundings, new set of clothes, new shoes, new all of this, and live a peaceful life. I don't look good in mug shots. You know, I don't look good with drama in my life. Like, my skin, when I get stressed out, I start to look ashy or grayish. I don't look good. I don't look good with bags under my eyes. So I was like, I need to separate from her. When I separated from her, I got all sorts of stuff. Oh my goodness. I got the other people coming to me, why you don't talk to her. She's heartbroken, she's crying, she's depressed, y'all are like best friends. I was like, she's crazy. She's crazy. Like, literally. I got the evil eye. Like, she would just, if I see her, she start looking at me sideways, like wicked, and I would have to pray about that. I got people coming to me with stories, and it was almost like she was looking for pity. And then I felt like I was being stalked. It was places I would show up, all of a sudden she's there. I'm on my way home, she's driving down my block. I got suspicious emails with her name in it, all of a sudden. I got friend requests through Facebook, trying to request me as a friend, on my new account at that. I got requests through Instagram on my old account. It was crazy. I got emails from people that are in her family. Like, hey, how you doing? I only met you like 2 times. Why are you emailing me? She had that monitoring spirit. It was just annoying. It got to the point where I just had to separate myself. Once I did, it's like God pulled the covers even further. I noticed that she had all of these traits. So we're going to talk about sneaky people are snakes and the traits that they have. She had, like I said, she would look at me evil-eyed. She liked to talk too much, full of lies. Her lies, once she start with a story, it just, I don't know, it go left. and it was all sorts of drama filled, like it was just a movie unfolding, a sci-fi movie or something, and she just keep going, and it was just full of lies, and at the time I didn't know, but then when I realized, I was like, yo, she is off. She overly emotional for attention. So if she knows she's wrong about something, she'll start crying, but she wants attention. She had no boundaries. She had no type of boundaries. She always, like I said, looked for pity. She had the monitoring spirit. We talked about that because she always needed to know where I was at, or asking somebody about something, and emails, Instagram, Facebook, what else? Call me, hang up. I knew it was her, because that's why you got call ID. And I call her, did you just call me? No. You sure? No. Really? She liked to rule conversations. She always was quick, meaning if there was a situation and it was something I needed to think about, she'd just be quick to move. Like, yo, can we figure out how much this is going to cost first before everybody say we in? Like, what is wrong with you? She just she always moved too quick. And sometimes her moving quick meant making the wrong decisions and then looking for people to bail her out. She was the type of person that you couldn't tell her anything. I always told my other friend, I said, be careful what you tell her. She said, why? I said, because you told her X, Y, and Z. She looked at me. She said, Johnnie, I was going to tell you, I said, yeah, I know. But she told me already. She's the type of person that if you tell her a secret and say, for instance, she do something sneaky and get caught at it and you don't get caught, she's going to tell on you. She just going to blatantly tell. She likes to control people. So even when I stopped, I distanced myself from her, she was trying real hard to get me to be her friend again, where she would manipulate and try to control situations where we can be in the same place at the same time, and then do things to make me angry because she wants me to talk to her. She was crazy. She never understood no. I noticed that. When we were friends, she never understood no. I would say no, she'd show up at my house. Sneaky people, you can't trust them. Because 9 times out of 10, if your gut feeling tells you that a sneaky person did something, 9 times out of 10, they really did it. I tell people all the time, trust your gut feeling. And that's what I was talking about all week this week. I had to tell my cousin that about a situation when she was telling me. I said, when it comes to sneaky people, trust your gut feeling, because you can't trust them. So if your gut feeling is telling you that, let's say they stole something, 9 times 10, they really stole it. And if they didn't steal it, they know who did. And they act invisible. For some strange reason, they act invisible. Because the day I seen her try to take money out of somebody's pocketbook at some function that, I think it was a barbecue or something. And I was standing there like, what are you doing? And I got closer and she put her hand behind her back. So I guess she put whatever it was in her back pocket. And I said, what you doing? Now, if you wasn't stealing, or if it wasn't a big thing or whatever, you should have said, you could have said something to me like, what I did was X, Y, Z. She was like, what are you talking about? I said, you just went in that woman's pocketbook. You just took X, Y, Z. And she was like, no, I didn't. I said, yes, you did. I saw you. I know I saw you. My eyes saw you. And she just acted like she was invisible. And it was just, it was that last straw that I said, we can't, no. I need to, because she's trying to make me paranoid, and I know I saw what I saw, and I had in my contacts, so I saw everything she did. And then it made me have flashbacks, like the time when I was in my house and money was missing. Did she take it? Maybe I didn't drop it outside. Did she take it? One thing I could say about her is that she was always scheming. Her schemes would either get someone in trouble, she was creating a scheme to steal from somebody, or she did a scheme that backfired. And it wasn't until God pulled the covers on her that I started to put the pieces together to see exactly who she was. And I was like, oh my God. Like, yeah. So when I saw her and she tried to stop to have a conversation with me, I was just like, I cut that short. It was nice seeing you. Later. Nope. Let's keep that same energy that's been going on all these years. Me separating. One thing I don't do is play with my peace. So I wanted to talk to y'all about that because a lot of times we have people in our lives that are sneaky. They dishonest, devious, sometimes mean, and they do things in secrecy. And there's a number of reasons why they do it, which doesn't make sense at all. It could be even someone you in a relationship with. It could be someone you work with. If it's the person that, let's say, you're in a relationship with, you need to really evaluate if that relationship is worth it. Some things you could just let slide. But when it comes to sneaky people, they are calculators. So whatever their mission or they trying to do, they calculating. They be in the cut, just lurking. And remember the Bible said, the devil roams the earth, seeking whom he can devour. They snakes. And one of the things I always tell you, never let a snake bite you twice. Because that's what was told to me. So that's it for today. Check out Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, my store. All the links is underneath. And for one-on-one sessions or group sessions, hit me up on my website, seriouslyfocusedjohnnie.com. So have a blessed one. Stay safe. Continue to wear your mask, no matter what people say. Because I don't know what's going on out there. But I'm about to double up on my mask. For real. Because this is insane. Later.